Yes, I am. Hello. I am. Wait. Slippery mouse, I guess. Hello. No, Polska. I've had one can of beer. Shh. I'm stocked up for later, though. We're going to do some crazy shit, like take mushrooms and stuff. It'll be fun. It'll really be great. So, what do you say for the cause? The cause du jour. The cause célèbre. Why don't we get some tomato soup and throw it on a Van Gogh or Van Gogh or Van Gogh, depending on how. It's starring that guy, right? Vincent Van Gogh. Depends on what country you're in, but that's close enough. So these two ninnies, these two trust fund cunts, decided to go into probably Tate Art Museum in London. I'm not sure where this is, I assume. Polska, hey. Jungalore. Mr. Pliskin Snakey is here. Yes, Jungalore, these people are fucking retarded. They are brain dead zombies. They have been convinced that the things they take for granted, such as stuff we're going to talk about here shortly, comes out of magic unicorn farts from the LGBT rainbow. Just like that. Magic. Oh my God. We got to save the earth. We got to save the earth, do we? What do you want to do? Well, let's destroy this picture from Vincent. Because, there's nothing better to bring people to your side than by throwing tomato soup on a priceless art treasure. I'm guessing these people really, they might love the earth, but you know what I think? What do you think, Hamster? I think they hate humans more. They hate the fact that Vincent van Gogh painted this. By the way, with oil. I know. Oh, the irony is everywhere. Everywhere you look, there's more bullshit. So let's see these two twits vandalize a precious artwork, one of the kind of a human thing, make all these beautiful artworks and all that shit. It's not that they love Mother Earth. They hate humans, especially the ones that they don't agree with. You see, when they say we need a population reduction and that, they're not talking about themselves, are they? Never works that way. You noticed? Okay, go ahead. Brats. Well, it seems the Tate Museum, or wherever this happens to be, they were kind of planning ahead a little bit for this. You know what they done did? Vern, what do you suppose they did? That wonderful art masterpiece is enclosed in glass, made in a factory somewhere, with energy likely derived from all. So their plot is foiled. So what do you think, Perot? Yes, I think they're fucking stupid. Now one wonders, how did that tomato soup, do you suppose, get into the can that they so casually and callously tossed upon one of the finest artworks in American history, in human history? Where do you suppose? How did that happen? Well, let's see. I bet there was a tractor, and the tractor probably planted a bunch of freaking tomato plants somewhere, probably in Italy or Spain. I don't know if tomatoes grow all that well in Britain. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe the South. Probably Spain, Italy. So there was all involved in making that tomato soup. Now, after the tomatoes were grown, the tomatoes were somehow harvested. How the fuck do you suppose? Was it windmills that did that? Was it windmills that came down and picked the tomatoes and then magically transported them via fucking pixie dust to the factory, where the factory made the tomato soup? And then once the tomato soup was, well, how did they cook it, though? How did that happen? Wait a minute. You mean they got to burn energy to cook? Yeah, I know. That's fucking crazy talk, isn't it? Yeah, you gotta actually cook the tomato soup to put it in the can. You have to get it nice and hot. certain degree, then you seal the can, everything's fine. See, you don't want to die of botulism or something, do you? So you don't want shoddy canning practices, so you need a lot of energy. Where do you suppose it comes from? Vulcans? Well, that energy could come from windmills, but you still got to have tractors. You still got to have farmers. You still got to have people taking the tomatoes, put them in a truck, and the truck is not using unicorn farts. It's using oil to get the millions of tons of tomatoes to the factory to make the tomato soup. But let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about how much of your life depends on petroleum, because that would kind of fuck the narrative up, wouldn't it? I'm sure these two are vegans as well. But let's let the good doctor speak. Explicate. Do it.
Okay, so this is a couple of vandals from the Eco Cry Bully cell, known as Just Stop Oil, and that was soup.
Tossed on a Van Gogh. Sunflowers. Starry Night Guy. Isn't that nice?
Possibly Campbell's soup.
Who knows? But wherever the hell it came from, somebody had to make it. And somebody had to use energy to make the fucking soup. But of course, these freaking brain-dead morons, they just don't understand the way shit works. Well, we could get that energy from the sun. We could get windmills and shit. We could, yeah. The technology is a little early. We're getting there. But you know, we have a technology available right now that can produce all the energy we want with zero carbon emissions. None. Zippo. Nada. Well, let's not talk about that because that's scary. There's invisible ways and stuff. Nope. No. Let's not talk about that. You know, you wonder eventually, don't you? Is someone in this green energy industry, and I'm not saying it's going to happen eventually, right? I'm not saying it's not going to happen. We're going to have windmills and solar, maybe 100 years or something. We won't have to use as much oil. Okay, good. But that day is not today. So we got to wean ourselves away from this stuff for various reasons, carbon dioxide, blah, 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 blah. And those rich fucking oil barons. We can't have those people making money. Come on now.
This would have been a great time to desecrate Andy Warhol's most infamous masterpiece, but you strike me as the kind of people who don't quite think things through.
You think, Dr. Randall McCann. Mike, do you think maybe they're not really thinking about this? I'm guessing too. I'm just wondering, where do they believe that the good folks in London or wherever this is happening, somewhere in Europe, that trying to destroy a precious artifact is going to bring these people who maybe not think about this stuff all the time. Oh, yeah, well, I see that. Hey, Mabel, these chicks threw tomato soup on a Van Gogh. What do you think? Yeah, let's join that club. Yeah, give me a fucking membership card. Let's donate to these lunatics. Yeah, I think that's a great idea, Mabel.
So you went with Van Gogh instead. Mm-hmm. If that was a watercolor, you might have done some damage, but you just can't stop oil.
It doesn't matter. They didn't damage it anyway. Thank goodness, right? Covered with glass. These fucking people are idiots. Oh, why'd they pick a Van Gogh? It's because he was an evil white man and a redhead. Is it a gingerism here?
And it was behind glass anyway, so there's no need to worry, folks. But there are certainly some other emotions you can go ahead and feel.
Yeah, you see, there's starving kids in Africa that could have had those cans of tomato soup. Don't you care about African people, you little trust fund brats? Why are you wasting food like that? You could feed a family in Africa for a week with 2 cans of tomato soup. You don't care, though, do you? No, you just care about your own virtue signaling bullshit. How did you get to the museum? How'd you do that? Did you walk? Good exercise. Did you take a fucking train? Where do you suppose the train gets its locomotion from? Oh, you didn't take a train. You don't believe in the train? Oh, bus? How does that work? Electric bus? Not quite yet. So it's burning something, ain't it? That's different, though, is it? Because that's convenient for you. You don't mean yourself when you want to end oil. You want to end oil for the plebs, for the rest of us, because you're special. Is that right? Because you know so much about the way the world works. You're what, 18 years old? Fuck. When I was 18, I knew everything too. And when I was about 20, 21, I knew nothing. Hopefully you'll find that out one of these days. Let me help you. You know jack shit about jack nothing. You're foolish.
Security?
Excuse me. We need security over here. And if you have a fresh loaf of bread, I'd like to wipe off the soup. I haven't had lunch yet.
Yeah, security's not going to help you.
Yeah, they don't. Well, I mean, admittedly, it is a little too late. The soup is out the can. The pudding. The pudding is in the fire.
I mean, they had one job.
Yeah.
If they were doing it properly.
What they're trying to do is glue themselves to the wall. What the fuck is that supposed to do? I think I'd know what I'd do if I were security at this museum. I'd fucking grab their other arm and pull them off the fucking wall. I don't care. Wallboard is cheap. We can paint it. It'll look fine. Your hands might hurt a little bit, babe, but that's what you do. That's what you get for trying to destroy a Van Gogh.
These people's faces would be against the floor by now. Maybe they're calling for backup. It's less important that you get in there before they attempt to vandalize any other priceless artifacts. It's more important that you accumulate enough muscle to bring down these intimidatingly mountainous specimens.
Oh, they're huge. Huge. Here's the thing. In all likelihood, doctor, they had to call up the food chain. Hey, we got this shit happening. Oh, I got to get the assistant chief. Yeah, we have this. Okay, I have to get the assistant to the assistant chief. Boom, 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 up the law. And then eventually, an hour or two later, arrest them for, well, don't really charge them with anything because they're women. Yeah, come on. Now, if they were white guys desecrating an artist of color, the fucking SWAT team would be in there ready to shoot. Do we understand what's going on here? I can't even fucking work a goddamn super glue. I can't even do this. Look how fucking talented I am at 18. You can't even open up super glue, you stupid fucks. God almighty.
You'd think by now you'd at least be hearing some hurried footsteps.
Sure, like a movie. Right. And they come and they pick them up and they're done. Nah, we're just going to let them glue themselves to the wall. So why not?
Reverberating around the echo chamber of these empty rooms as they hastily squeak across the floorboards. Alas, not.
I hear nothing. No one's going to come and arrest these little retarded people. I'm sorry, is that the word? Mentally challenged. Now, one really has to wonder, if you don't mind me ranting just a little bit. Let's take a look at these two little girls here who just didn't get enough discipline from their daddy. Where do you suppose pink hair dye comes from? Any idea? Any idea where we get the colors to dye shit? No? Starts with an O. See these shirts here? This might be cotton, but where do you suppose they get the dyes? And the plastic shit they print on the cotton shirt. Anyone? Any ideas? See this girl here? I think it's, well, okay, I don't want to misgender. This it has what looks to be a bracelet of some sort. Probably made out of plastic. Well, fuck me. Where does plastic come from? Any ideas? No? They're probably vegan. They don't use any animal products on their persons, so they have belts on. Where do you suppose the artificial shit in an artificial belt probably comes from? How about your shoes? You got tennis shoes on. Where do you suppose that foamy rubber shit comes from on the bottom of your shoe? No, not that. Okay. And well, wait a minute. No. It is, but that's convenient for me, so I like it then.
Still nothing.
And do we even need to mention that the super glue is also made from petroleum?
They really should have turned up some time ago to say, excuse me, folks, no pictures allowed. Can you put down the various cameras, please?
See that paint on the wall there? Where do you suppose that's coming from? See that varnish on that nice fine woodwork here? Where do you suppose? Fairy dust. Windmills. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. The guy on the left has a professional camera with a zoom lens. The guy in the middle appears to have a film camera with a big old microphone sticking out the front of it.
Yep.
And whoever's filming this shot, presumably just some rando who
I just have to put it on TikTok. I can't help these people. But I'll get my likes up if I put it on TikTok and YouTube. So I can't get in there and slap these bitches up.
Out his phone instead of doing anything to help either. Finally, someone's here.
The gendarmes.
Do something. Yes. Black shirt dude.
No. Nope. Or, well, we have to discuss the situation with the upper management. We have to have a meeting. Someone has to put a PowerPoint together and set up a Microsoft project schedule. We need a waterfall chart over here before we do anything. We get that? Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Just get your own phone out, and I guess you're just going to film it.
Though that tie looks nice with the black shirt.
As well.
I know.
I don't know. Shall we listen to them, folks? These virtuous eco warriors. Shall we go ahead and soak in what these darlings have to say?
Oh yes, yes, please. Yes, doctor. Do it.
While the soup continues soaking into the picture frame.
What is worth more, art or life?
For those of you who don't speak toffee-nosed Hertfordshire brat, that was what is worth more, art or life?
Well, I should say everything is kind of valuable in its own way. Why are you taking out your fucking psychotic shit on a painting? How does this help your cause? Do they even think? No, we know they don't think. These are fucking communists. They're just fucking robots. They're sheeple. They don't think. They wrote. They all get the fucking memo. This is what you're going to say because oil sucks. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yay. Communism didn't work because it hasn't been done right yet. And if we just... These people are brain dead. How does this help their cause? They haven't even thought that far through. They just... Oh, my God. Talk about useful idiots. Didn't Lenin say that? Well, he was right.
Well, oil.
Yes. Oil
is made of life.
Now, doctor, I've not done a lot of research on this. I am thinking oil is created by a natural process somewhere within the earth. I don't know what that process is. I'm no freaking chemist. I'm no expert at this shit. But it seems to me, it wasn't that long ago, maybe in the 70s. You know, I think maybe the media was lying to us as well. They said we're going to run out of oil. Well, son of a bitch. Here we are 50 years later. We got more oil than we even know what to fucking do with. Where's it all coming from? Human ingenuity and the earth.
And art is made of oil.
Oops. Oh, but that's different. Dr. Random, it's linseed oil. It comes from flags. It's a plant, Mother Earth.
Hence, there is not much art. There's quite a lot of oil. And there's absolutely shitloads of life.
Yep.
The more of something there is, the less valuable it is. And I can say with some considerable, albeit flippant, confidence, that painting is more valuable than your useless deadweight arse. Unless you get shot in Sandy Hook and then you're worth more than $1 billion. I don't make the rules.
Oh, wait a minute now.
Oh, hey.
Oil is turning the freaking frogs gay. Don't you know that, Dr. Randomer?
You know what else is made from petroleum?
Just about everything, yes.
Hair dye.
Ooh. Boom.
Oscar Wilde, could you...
Is it what?
Did you just call for Oscar Wilde?
I mean, are these chicks like 13? What are these people?
Is that some security code for we have an active vandalism situation here?
Mm-hmm.
See, I don't think you need a secret code so as to try and hide that information from the public. They can see what's going on.
Yes.
A spectacle is being made and a crowd has been drawn and you're still not doing anything about it.
Is it worth more than food? Worth more than justice?
I kind of like food, but here's the as I've explicated and expounded previously, food is made by freaking oil, you stupid fuck. From the fertilizer to the tractor to hauling the shit to a factory to put in a can so you can throw it on a fucking painting. Are you this fucking stupid? Yes. Yes, they are.
Is art worth more than food? What, that painting? Yes. By a long chalk, that painting is worth more than most food. But like almost all food. I'm sure you eat your Frosties with champagne and gold flakes every morning. But for the rest of us, we could feed our families for a lifetime on how much that painting costs.
Yep, exactly.
Is it worth more than justice? I don't know. If there was any justice in the world, then those men would not be holding their cameras 3 feet from your face. They would be using them to pummel at your face with the heavy end before you could even begin this feather-brained apocalyptic spiel of yours. And then they would leave you glued to the wall forever for people to pelt you with tomatoes and watermelons for the rest of your short, starving lives.
I mean, don't you really how do they come up with this shit? Seriously. Let's do this to the painting, and then we're going to glue it. What are they trying to fucking prove? I mean, in England, they have Speaker's Corner. Go there. You know, do your speech on a Saturday. Stand on a soapbox or whatever. Do your thing. Who are you trying to win here? What are you trying to do to your average pleb who happens to like art and they go to visit a museum with their grandkids and they want to see the Van Gogh once in a while? They want to see sunflowers and all these other beautiful paintings. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to fucking prove? I'm curious.
And then long after your pointless deaths as the museum centerpiece, a couple of sullied skeletons propped up against the skirting board, an everlasting monument to the unthinkingly destructive dark side of human nature. I hope they piss in your mouth while they're at it.
I don't think it'd be worth the piss. If God, I'm an asshole. I like it. Salty Monkey is here. Hello. John with the unpronounceable G name. Hello, John G. Yeah. And John's right. Look at this. Oil factors into 300 combinations of molecular structures, depending on what plastic rubber structure is needed. Besides what goes into our... Exactly. You go get a plastic shopping bag. I recommend you bring your own bag, but if you get a plastic one, it's made out of fucking oil. You get a soda, you get a liter bottle of Pepsi. It's made out of oil. Fertilizer, made out of freaking oil. Well, not oil, but natural gas. Everything we've relied upon for 100+ years is from oil. But it's evil because some people somewhere are making money on it. And if we just had windmills that could harvest tomatoes, these people are fucking insane. Riggs is here. Crusty Ginger, hello. Yeah. How's your crusty ass? What's going on? Just some random guy. They could bite your pee-pee off when you're trying to. Yeah. I mean, it's just not worth it. These people belong in jail, and they get a huge fine for this. But they won't. You know why? Do I have a guess in the chat? Why will they not get any jail time or even a fine? Can we take a swag at it? Because they're women. That's all you need to know. All right, we're going to do some live stuff later, assuming I don't get into the Pulse Kebab area of drinking mushrooms and brewing tea at 3 a.m. It'll be fun. All right. See you guys later. I put the link in the chat, though, by the way.